The coaching and consulting market has changed a lot in 2024. It changed a lot in 2023 as well, but those changes have accelerated into 2024. And I'm going to give you two offers that are working extremely well in this market. I know they're working extremely well because they're my own offers, and these same formulas that I've been giving to my clients and these templates are working extremely well. So the major thing that's happened in 2024 is that the market has become more sophisticated. The people who have bought coaching and consulting and are buying it now have generally bought before, so they have an experience that they can model against. So when they're looking for things, they're looking for two very specific things. And if you offer those very specific things, and you can do this at the same time, then you're most likely to have the highest converting offer in the market. The first type of offer is the install offer. So an install offer, in summary, basically gets something done. An install offer is very, very specific in what it does, and it targets the part of the market that know exactly what they want. So this is what I call a binary offer. And a binary offer is simply, there are people who will say yes to it, and then most people will say no to it. So the example I've got on the screen here is called the offer install, which is one of my offers. And this is hyper specific in who it's for and what it does, and it's all focused around that. And this is why this offer is very short and concise, and it's also why this offer is very easy to sell, and why it's also the fact that most people say no to it because it is designed that way. So when I start, I describe who it's for. So this is only a good fit if you know what you need as a high converting offer for your audience. So it starts out the gate of very specific of saying, you already know what you need, and I am here to help you get that. Then it gives some context, I do this, I've run my offers daily, and the good news for you is I'll create an offer with you for your audience and partner to do that. Then I give some examples of people who've gone through this process and this experience with me, and say that those are results, but results are not typical, there is no cap. You are not looking to guarantee that they're going to get those results. The guarantee comes later, but you are just illustrating examples of what has really happened. You could have examples, below the guarantee. You could have examples above the guarantee, but you're just really exposing what is potentially going to happen. The meat of the offer is this. You understand over 12 weeks, we install and cash flow one client offer, generating at least 10K in sales. So that sentence is about 90% specific. 90% specific in the sense that it says exactly what they get and exactly what you're there to do over the time frame that you're going to do it. It's 12 weeks, we're going to do one offer, and we're going to make at least 10K in sales. A couple of the terms I use need to be explained, which I do next, and then I unpack the plan. So together we'll not only produce this offer, we'll also get it cash flowing. So I explained that phrase that I'd used before using my toolkit. So cash flowing is we put the offer in the market and then we cash flow it by using your existing audience, and we'll use this offer to tap in those clients. So I'm giving them a frame of what I mean by cash flowing. We're not just creating the thing, we're actually getting a result from the thing. So again, with an install offer, you're very, very specific about what gets done. You're very specific about what results people can expect. In my case, it's money. You could be weight, you could be time, and ultimately you're very, very specific in how long it takes. We do this over 12 weeks. Then we break down the plan and exactly what happens. So, in sales, we are future pacing someone and we're giving them exactly what happens. And then I summarize it, what we do together at least 10K in cash, reworking an existing offer. So it is simpler for me to rework an existing offer for someone who's already got an audience. If needed, we will create something new, but both of those options are on the table, and both of those options are available for the right people depending on what we agree. Offer install with me, call with me, so how we unpack it, how we do it, access to help, so I put them inside the syndicate, so they've got private access to me, private access to a group of people who are doing similar, and access to all my most up-to-date templates and strategies. I'm being clear what I'm not saying here as well, which I'm not saying you're getting a course and you've got to watch lots of videos. This is not for people who want to learn, that people will learn by doing along the way. This is for someone who knows exactly what they need and wants to get something done. And then I go to the investment, which if you've watched any of my other videos, you'll understand how we present investment with a weekly payment and then a pay in full. and then I just have some qualification on what they need to bring. So as you'll see, these install offers are very, very short, and they're short for a reason, because they're for a specific person. They don't have any fluff, they don't have any explanation about what they might need, they don't have any, the qualification happens in, do you need an offer? Do you have an audience? Would it be valuable to add another 10K plus to that audience with an offer you've already got or a new one we produce? So install offers are they have a very short sales cycle, because they're designed for people to say no to, because they aren't for most people, but they're specifically designed for that person to say yes to as well. So these offers work really, really well in 2024, because there are people in the market who now know what they need, rather than, as a market is maturing, people aren't quite sure what they need. They think they need a bit of this and they think they need a bit of that, and only their participation in the marketplace do they actually get clarity from that. The second piece is, the new opportunity model. Something I am known for and something I do is building solo consultancy businesses. And a lot of people, again, with that market sophistication frame, have got into coaching and consulting, have maybe built teams, have built sales teams, have built maybe a lot of complexity and a lot of infrastructure around it. And they're now much clearer that they don't want any of that, but they don't know what to do to transition from the current model to a model that's more aligned with them. So in the new opportunity, under the model, you are talking to people who are already in the marketplace, or who have a very, very, because they're doing something now that they're dissatisfied with, or they have a very, very clear vision of what they're building and they're committed. So this is a completely different frame to the install offer, because it's a much longer time frame. Because you see in the second line there, you understand over the next 12 months that we're going to do this. So again, the thing that I preach in offers, specificity. So our goal is building 100K a month profit, sovereign consulting business with 65 clients or less, with 3 days per week on the tools. I am hyper clear about what we are building. And it's interesting, because a lot of people go, oh, that's going to disqualify a lot of people. But that's the idea. If you don't believe that building 100K a month profit consulting business on your own is not possible, then this offer isn't for you. The content and the context that I build in my communication and my daily emails and my videos and my book and these places is giving context that these things are possible. So by the time someone arrives at this new opportunity to install that model, they're very, very clear about these things that both believe that they're possible, and maybe enough confidence to believe that it's actually possible for them. So this is not, these sales offers are not necessarily designed to sell the person on me. In most cases, the content and then the offer is designed to sell themselves that it's possible, and they've built that confidence through consumption. So the context of these things really matters, because the sales cycle for these is a lot longer, because people need to understand that 100K a month is possible. 65 clients or less is maybe optimal. They might have half that, they might have 4 or 5 times that, and that they're focused that they don't want to work all the hours in the world, that 2 to 3 days a week is plenty enough. So with these new opportunity offers, you're unpacking something that's going to take some time. Inside the syndicate, we go to a hybrid offer, we build an offer just like this that sits on a Google Doc. We get the mechanisms in there, we understand the identity and the promise and the specificity we make. Then we move on to the customer offers. Where we're running workshops, we're selling tickets to those, and we're monetizing the delivery that we have for clients. And then, once we've tapped the audience that we have and the clients and the opportunities we've got, we move on to building the data client machine, where we use a very simple funnel and paid ads to actually grow the audience. So I'm unpacking the system. I'm being very, very clear about the time frame. I'm taking more time in this to describe the new opportunity, that I have a system to do it, that I do it myself, that I do it with other people, and then I break down again the phases that I take. In phase 2, we design the core offer. This is what a core offer is and what you expect. In phase 3, we're cash flowing again in every client. In this offer, I spend a lot more time explaining the logistics, when people get calls with me, what they can expect, etc. So for the longer term piece, there are more logistics. You're asking people to come to a community, you're asking people to contribute, you're asking people to get, in leverage delivery, they've got to come to group calls. and these things need to work based on them and their time zones. I operate across a global time zone, so I have an early call and a late call, and people need to understand what they are. Most people don't know what Singapore time is, so they have to make sure that works for them. Again, using the pay-as-you-profit model weekly, I've done plenty on that in terms of the pricing, why we do it, and why it works better than presenting a pay in full as well. The expectation, the syndicate is a community, not a hostage situation. You can leave any time, and setting the rules there. And I do not do guarantees or big promises. It's all about the right person for the right thing at the right time. In this, because it's a much bigger commitment, I spend a lot more time detailing what's in it, and I spend a lot more time detailing how they get started, what the components are, and the pathway that they're doing. So, I break down the call, I break down what they've got access to, I break down the trainings, and I break down what they can do if they want further access to me. So this is the nature of what I call a hybrid offer. There are actually 2 levels inside here, so people can come into the syndicate, or they can come into the syndicate and get even more access to me inside the circle if I have a space available, because I capped it at 12. So these new opportunity offers are much longer. This is 5 times longer than the offer install, and it takes a lot more time to both establish the opportunity, establish the phases of the plan, and unpack it. But it also takes a lot more time to explain the logistics of exactly what is inside it, so someone is making a clear, lucid decision that A, they want the vision installed, but B, they can actually use it and participate in it. And the economics are obviously very different, because this is a longer-term offer, it's significantly more expensive, and it's a significantly longer time frame. But again, in this marketplace, there are people who have, the sophistication of the marketplace means there are more people in the marketplace out there who understand the reality of how long it takes, the reality of how much they want to change, and the reality of the marketplace too. But they just want the best plan out there based on their learned experience and their lived experience. So these offers are working extremely well right now. They're working extremely well for me, and the frame of them is working extremely well for my clients as well. These offers fit together in terms of a delivery as well, which is the final comment. They are the offer install is part of the bigger offer of the syndicate. The first 12 weeks actually map and mirror each other quite a bit, but they're just different. They're framed differently for different people who believe they have different needs and are at different stages, with someone who just wants an offer or someone who wants the model. So it can serve those 2 portions of the marketplace, which multiplies the opportunity we have to actually do it over and above just a single offer that we can actually put in the marketplace. These offers work right now, and they will continue to work into 2025. They'll work even better as the marketplace gets more sophisticated. They've invested before. They know what they're looking for. They know who they're looking for. They know what type of environment they're looking for. They also know much more about how they learn and how they turn up, and maybe what their weaknesses are, and how that they interact with the different programs and mentors and coaches, and the different ways of doing it. So it is 2 offers for now, and they'll continue to work well into the future.